Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good everything, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Double A Podcast. I am Aldo. We got Anthony here. How we doing, Anthony?
Doing pretty good. It's past my bedtime. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's late, but like it's fine. We gotta get it done. You know what
What do we got
I'm
on the
saying?
agenda today?
we got it's a little bit of a special episode because we don't have like a movie specifically planned in mind or anything to talk about, but we have a mid-year roundup.
We
So we're
are
gonna do
in
a lot of
June, month 6 out of the 12-month year, because that's how years work.
Yeah. We're gonna do a whole bunch of rankings. Specifically like we're gonna do top fives, and we're gonna have 5 minutes each. So it's gonna be like a 25, 25,
2025.
25. Yeah. So,
So we're gonna debut a new
uh,
segment. We have some other things planned, but before we jump into that, I'm gonna give the quote of the day. Talk about it for a
quote of the
little bit, and
day.
then we
Quote of
just
the day.
jump straight into our activities. How about that?
Yeah.
So today's quote is from an upcoming movie, one that I'm very excited for. And it goes like this: I get scared, but that is being human, and that is my greatest strength. It's from the new Superman TV
Nice.
spot.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know this was gonna be the movie we're excited for. I had no idea. Like you didn't talk
I,
about it for the past
I
like.
barely talk about it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know, but
Oh, God damn it. Um, it's I don't know if this has been already a noticeable thing, but like the quotes seem to be very much inspirational, being human, being good, being genuine, being you know um but that is to say that all the quotes that we have said so far are perfect for the realms of which they were said to, because when Aunt May says it, it makes perfect sense. When Superman says that he's scared, it makes perfect sense because he's human. He's the most human out of all of us. He's not even human. Boom.
there you go.
And
Thank you, James Gunn.
that's what I'm saying, man. So it's just like it's. I am excited for the movie. I'm already going off tangent from the quote, but
Yeah.
to being human is to be able to experience all the emotion, and it's all appropriate to experience every one of those things. So
So
when he gets
just
to feel those
because a
things,
courthouse blows up and you don't feel anything for it doesn't make you a better Superman than the one that might shed a tear or so or feel bad. So
or scream every now and then.
yeah, because it's human and those are the emotions we face. And
Nah, because Superman can't scream. Superman can't scream. We
anyways,
can't have a whimpering Superman.
anyways, we'll talk about that movie when it comes out. We're super excited to cover it. I'm super excited. So super get it, Superman.
I'm being sarcastic, by the way. So
Yeah. Anyways, let's
no,
start off with some news. I got 5 things to share because like 2025.
yeah,
I'm gonna
two of
go.
us, like double A.
Oh wait, but actually, this is a new section. We're gonna call it News Flash.
Newsflash, yeah.
Well, it was so cool. The flash was a little bright, but anyways,
Hell
I
yeah.
got 5 things to share. Some you might be familiar with, some you might not. But regardless, it's all movie news. It's all
Okay.
pop culture news. So we're gonna
Mhm.
dive in, and then if there's anything you really want to cover, we'll go back and we can talk about it for a little bit. First up,
Okay.
first up in terms of news, this is really recent. This is officially confirmed. Denis Villeneuve, you know who that is?
Nope.
Director of the Dune movies, director of
Ooh.
Arrival,
Wow.
director of Sicario, director of Prisoners with Hugh Jackman. He will officially be directing the next James Bond movie. How do you feel about that?
That's how I feel about it. My stomach is talking. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, here's the thing. Um, 007, 007's cool, 007. Dune,
Although it might be hard to
the
compare
recent Dunes.
those two things, but if you've seen Sicario, I think is a good choice. I think you can say even if you haven't seen Prisoners though, right?
No.
I have to show it to you. He directed Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, is another movie that I think you just have to go through his movies. I think you've only
Mm,
seen his Dune movies, right?
yeah, I think so.
Whenever I talk about
I
directors,
think so.
I have my directors here, and then I have my Nolans, and I have Nolan and Denis. They're operating on another plane of existence. I love them both, and I think they're incredible. So I'm excited to see
No, but
his take
Tarantino.
on James Bond. Tarantino is very good too. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see his take on James Bond, and they say they might be casting Aaron Taylor Johnson. Maybe there's a lot of people in the running we don't know yet. We're not 100% confirmed on anything, but you know who that is? Aaron Taylor Johnson,
I do.
Craven the Hunter. He was in
Very
Bullet
cool.
Train too, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I loved him in Bullet Train. It's one of my favorite movies of that
it's like a
year.
guilty pleasure
That movie's
movie.
hilarious. Yeah, it's hell yeah.
Next up,
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about him like doing Dune. I feel like him underneath the guise of like the cinematography of Dune and the way Dune was shot and directed and et cetera, et cetera. I feel like that would be really interesting and
I
cool. I'm looking forward to
believe
that a lot, actually.
I believe Greg Fraser shot a 007 movie too. So they're
Dude,
they're
just put them
frequent
together again. Like, come
collaborators.
on.
They're fantastic. He's one of my favorite cinematographers. I don't. There's never a day where I like don't mention his name. I always bring him up all the time. In class
Yeah,
to my
no, he's
friends,
he's cool.
he's fantastic. Next up,
Recent
the
episodes.
Thing has a beard.
The Thing has a
How do we
beard,
feel
dude.
the Thing having a beard?
Comic comic
I'm a
accurate
little jealous.
sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie, but
Dude,
Fantastic
I'm
Four
like,
Life Story, Fantastic Four number 410, off the top of my head. But it's funny they usually depict him like when he's going through. I mean, when is he not going through a rough time? But they mostly when he has a beard, he's like really going through it. But like, how does he like chisel? Like,
dude, he's over here like Michelangelo. Like, I think it looks pretty cool with the beard, so I don't
I
even
think it
care.
looks too cool too, comic accurate. Next up, speaking of MCU news, John
Yeah.
Bernthal officially set to return as Frank Castle in Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Who do you think is gonna win? Uh, this is not even an impossible question anymore because it's MCU. If because Hulk is gonna be in the Spider-Man movie,
Apparently, I don't know if it's officially confirmed yet, but that's like the big rumored other character.
right? So hypothetically, if he was in this one, this would be pretty funny because it's like it's so doable for the MCU. Punisher versus the Hulk in MCU. It's actually like it's a possible ratio in that one. Because
Coughing baby
obviously,
hydrogen bomb. Like,
dude, because like Professor Hulk or whatever, like
oh, you
you know
know
what
what?
I'm
Hulk's
saying?
a little weaker actually.
That's what I'm saying. MCU Hulk is not the
No,
same
Frank
as
does
like,
not like you.
dude. I mean, they could totally go the Demon Slayer route and just be like, no, don't do that, no Banner, like
I
as they've
got two
already
more
done with one
things.
Hulk.
Let's see how you feel, and then we can probably elaborate on the Frank Castle stuff because I feel like that's probably the most interesting or the most like
Yeah,
Next up,
thing with the beard, like
officially confirmed as well, Lilo and Stitch 2 live action currently in development. We know how you feel about the Lilo and Stitch movie, and you guys know how we
yeah.
feel about live action remakes. Last and final
I, li-
piece, my favorite
I
piece of
do like the
news.
glitch.
I
Hmm.
don't know how they would adapt that in live action.
This is gonna be ass no matter what. So
Last and final piece of news, my favorite piece of news. I woke up with absolutely overjoyed. Posted it on my story. The best movie of
mhm.
all time, the best superhero movie of all time, the best Spider-Man movie of all time will be re-released in theaters in 4K. Spider-Man 2, as long as the rest of the trilogy. So I think Sam Raimi's trilogy is super influential. It's what got me into movies and got me into superheroes as a kid. So I give all credit to Sam Raimi and his trilogy. Will you be joining me in the theaters to rewatch these movies?
What is it about?
They're coming out in September.
Hell yeah.
We'll see
I'm
you at
gonna
the
forget by
movies.
then, but like you'll
I
tell
won't
me.
forget.
Yeah, yeah, I know you won't, but I'll be like, I like Wario and Mario Kart. Like,
Which piece of news would you
I'm gonna
like
be on a different
to
world, bro.
jump back into?
The Punisher for sure.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that more because like I love the Punisher. I love the Punisher in the shows. I love him. Like he's like
Watch them.
I what like what?
Watch the shows.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I've seen with what I've seen and how he behaves and how much I've seen and read from the comics because I have read him in the comics too. I have some Deadpool versus Punisher shits. Um, it seems like he's the most because he's a very two dimensional character in a way. So like him being in the shows is like it's like if he's not even changed, and that's like one of the good things about him because like oh man like the Hulk is so different.
Incredibly different.
Spider-Man seems to be inconsistent a little bit, but like Punisher, bro.
Yeah. And I think John Bernthal is like one of the best actors, like in terms of
Let me
accuracy.
tell you something. Let me tell you something.
That's gonna be an interesting
I don't
dynamic
trust
to
people who
see.
take naps, man. I don't trust people who take
I hate
naps.
naps, man. That's for the birds, man.
Him with his like with his
And his
shorts
big
and playing
cowboy hat.
basketball.
Oh no, his sweatpants
So
like hiked all the way up.
exactly. He's the perfect guy for Punisher. But yeah, him with the Hulk in the Spider-Man movie. It would make more sense that Punisher would be the one with Spider-Man, but like Hulk,
We'll
I
see.
don't know what they're gonna
The
do.
legality with the Sony deal is like they have to include. There's got to be a team up
Yeah,
every movie, which is why Iron Man in the first movie, um, who was this? Oh, Nick Fury in the second movie, and et cetera, et cetera. Like,
yeah.
I think it opens up the playing field for some interesting things that can occur. The inclusion of Hulk might
Hmm.
make things a little weird. I feel like they could do a better story, just like leave Hulk aside, and then we can do some like what you said, some like gang war stuff, some mob boss stuff, some like really like gritty street crime stuff.
Yeah, like let's say, okay, I have a question. Are characters that have not been shown in the MCU yet, they're still like applicable to be like it's an MCU intellectual
You
property,
know,
even though they haven't been in a movie yet.
that's a
Cause
good
like
question.
yeah, cause like if Spider-Man needs to have like a Marvel MCU character to be a part of like a Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie, why can't they just pick up like a character that hasn't been introduced yet that's part of the New York scheme? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not it's not that bad.
bring Moon Knight
They
back.
could have picked they could have brought him back, you
Moon
know?
Knight's
Like
doing God knows what.
he's out here talking to his friend, which is himself, playing as another name, being stupid. Man, they fucked up with Moon Knight because Moon Knight in the movies it would be an interesting thing because like
His dynamic
the
with
way he
everyone else,
interacts
exactly.
exactly the way he interacts with everyone is like, dude, just gotta talk to the moon. You guys know the moon? The moon is watching us, or whatever that
I
meme
feel
was. You know
like
what
they
I'm
would
talking
have
about?
brought him back. I do, and all the memes of Dracula
Yeah,
Owing. I feel like they would have brought him back if they followed through with Blade post credit scene, Midnight Suns setup. I feel like that was the best way to do it because that's that more magical realm of that's where Moon Knight kind of resides. Blade is like right
yeah,
there too in that specific
yeah.
realm, but I don't know. Sony play nice. That's all I can really say. I have no idea. I have crumbs. At least for Superman, there's TV spots, there's trailers, there's clips. I am well fed.
Hmm.
And the movie, I mean, the movie's also less than a month away. For Spider-Man, I don't think they've started filming yet. There's a lot of things that I don't know, so I'm grasping for straws right now. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's. I'm a little scared because if they keep fucking up with Spider-Man, then I'm not. Man,
I
like,
mean, I'm a shill. Like, I'm
come
legally
on,
required to be in that seat in that theater, but like, it can like Punisher can go two
me too.
ways.
But like,
They cook, or like they mishandle everything. Like what I think they've been doing personally. I'm not
yeah.
the biggest fan of MCU Spider-Man. He was good in Civil War. Not the biggest fan of his
Hmm.
trilogy. No Way Home was fun. It was cool, like as a concept. I still don't think it's like the best Spider-Man movie ever.
Woo!
Bless you. Um,
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah.
that's that. I mean, we finally get to see Punisher in a
Yeah.
movie, so. And then you
That'll
haven't
be really
seen
cool.
Daredevil Born Again, but you have to watch Daredevil Born
What do
Again,
you
and
I've seen the first episode. Seen the first episode. Like I'm going back and forth on like I'm hopping on the seasons because like I already know what happens because like before I thought I was gonna watch it I'm already like I already know a lot of information so like
yeah.
I'm spoiling myself but it's
But you
fine.
liked
I
what
don't
you
really
you
care.
saw, and they could really
I
cook
loved what
when
I
they're in their
saw.
bag. Like they can pull it off, but.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a hit or miss with MCU. It's kind of what it is.
Why don't we speak a little bit about Fantastic Four? You saw the recent trailer. I really liked it. I thought
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. The Thing has a beard. How what are you feeling about that movie? Are you still? If it did this make you more excited? It made me a little more excited. I like what they showed.
It made me more excited because I'm seeing more thing. You know.
More Galactus, more Thing.
Exactly. So I think the one thing with the Fantastic Four movie. The original scare was that people were saying that the thing was underutilized, but thing with the beard, like you can't just like the way I'm seeing how people are saying that the thing was barely in it, and then the trailer's showing, like him with the beard. That's showing like that can't be. And if they did it
Yeah.
this way, it's really stupid. They can't do it for like comical effect or
Unless they
something.
like threw
Like,
him like
how do you have a beard?
in a
Like, what's up with that?
cage,
Like,
and he was there in fetal position
yeah,
the whole time, and then he grew a beard.
exactly. So I don't think they're gonna do anything like that. I think he will be more fleshed out than we think he won't be.
I
Originally.
hope, because this was
That's the main thing for me because out of all the Fantastic Four characters, he's the one that I care about the
I love the
most.
Thing. He's my favorite
So
Fantastic Four character too.
exactly. So and then Galactus, I want to see like those are really the two only things I
I'm
care about.
glad
I want
Galactus
Galactus to
isn't
be
a
cool and I
fucking
want
fart
Thing to be
cloud.
there,
We can actually see Galactus, so
or like a Lego minifig where he's just big. Like
no.
no, but those are the only things I really do care about. The Thing, Galactus, and Galactus is like
It looks like they're
he's
cooking with
Galactusing,
Galactus.
he's Galactusing,
Yeah.
and they couldn't have picked a better voice too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's cool as shit.
And I like the
And
Thing's voice too.
yeah, the Thing is like it's just a guy. Like
I think the actor. I think that was one of my
okay,
favorite castings. Say the thing. Say the thing. That's
no,
not
no, I
something I
don't
really
do that.
say. I think it's great. I'm
No, I
excited to see
feel
it. Hopefully, everything in the trailer wasn't
yeah.
like all his scenes. Like they do it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
oh no, I was
No,
about to spoil Thunderbolts. You have not seen it.
I mean, it's already been
I'll leave it
it's
at
already
that.
been a
I don't
couple.
want to be the one to spoil it.
Okay. I'll watch it. I'll watch it as soon as I can.
You mentioned you had
Um,
some hypotheticals.
oh, yes, I do. Actually, you know what? This hypothetical is this is just because you didn't know what I was gonna ask you,
Nope.
but it's really funny how you mentioned Fantastic Four
Is that a Fantastic Four
because
hypothetical?
it's a Fantastic Four
I
hypothetical.
gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
If you directed the Fantastic Four movie, not even concerning yourself with the MCU and its phases as a whole, what story would you want to tell with the intellectual property?
That's a good one. And I mentioned this specific comic book writer like all the time. I think he's one of my favorites. He wrote 2015 Secret Wars, and his run on Fantastic Four is like unmatched. Jonathan Hickman, the way he tells a story is like it's like the equivalent of like a Nolan movie in my opinion. It doesn't make sense until it makes sense. If that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
What?
Interesting.
He'll introduce a complicated topic, maybe something that doesn't make sense at the start, and then throughout the story he'll have like subtle nods to the outcome, and then once you read the story, it adds a level of like rereadability. Reed Richards.
Mhm.
I don't know how that would
Nah,
play out for a movie, but I like the introduction of like really tough to understand concepts because I think it's in play with like what the Fantastic Four is as characters. I really like the way he writes Reed. I never really cared for Reed that much. I like the Thing better.
yeah.
He's my favorite member. And one of my main gripes I had with the MCU adaptation is that Pedro is playing Reed. He's a great actor, don't get me wrong, but there's a specific level of nuance that Reed exudes that I don't think he can capture quite as well. I like the fact that Reed is a tragic genius, and because he focuses so intently on trying to fix the future, he completely ignores the present and what he should be focusing on, which would be his wife and his kids. But
That's some Miyazaki shit right there.
the fact that he's doing so much good, he's completely overlooking what he currently has. And it's that sort of thing. It's like you work too hard, you have no time to play. He has
Mhm.
a a hundred room of 100 ideas, and it's just a white wall with a bunch of markings on it, a bunch of like solutions he's working on. And very briefly, he he has a device called the bridge. He went into the bridge. He ended up meeting the Council of Reeds, and they helped fight the multiverse, whatever. At the end of this story,
Mhm.
they're like, "You're a good Reed. You can fight with us. You can fight the good fight." And then to like fully join the Council of Reeds, you have to sacrifice everything in your life. You have to give up whatever is holding you whatever is chaining you down to like not the multiverse. So whatever you have back at
Mhm.
home, any of those things, you got to give everything up and read 616 Reed or Reed in this universe was like, no, I can't do that. I have things that I care about. He went back home. He powered off the bridge and he erased everything in his room and he went to go spend time with Sue. There's a
Nice.
level of nuance that I'm not sure if Pedro's gonna reach it. I don't even think they'll do it with Reed, but that's why I like the Council of Reed so much, and that's why I like the way Hickman writes characters because this is a very like it's a very mature and it's a very like interpersonal kind of story and a way to write characters. So I would go in something in that regard.
So you would have a more Reed Richards specific Fantastic Four story.
Maybe one that really focuses on like the interpersonal of these characters. But I mean, to be
Okay.
honest with you, like I said, I was never a Reed person, but then I read this run and I'm like, that's a really interesting way. Instead of him just being,
Mhm.
oh, he's the smartest, oh, he's this, he's that. They kind of redeemed him a tiny bit because like, oh, he's a bad dad, but not because he's an asshole, just because he's too busy trying to cure Ben, or he's too busy trying to do other things, or he's peering through the bridge and trying to fight for the multiverse.
Yeah. One question before we move on.
Yeah,
Do you think that since Fantastic Four is going to be in the MCU and we have Spider-Man being able to work with MCU like like the Hulk whatever, um that the Future Foundation is going to probably play a role in this phase?
you know, it's funny. The Jonathan Hickman run of Fantastic Four was when the Future Foundation was first introduced. I think it's a
Hmm.
smart. I like the introduction of the Future Foundation, the way they did it. They had Valeria growing up and they had Franklin growing up, and he wanted a way
Yeah.
for the future
Mhm.
to help aid him in the good fight. So since we have these brilliant minds working, the Future Foundation is kind of like a way to nurture those minds and help out. Um,
Yeah.
the Future Foundation also it's a part of that run as well. Johnny Storm's sacrifice and his death. I don't know if they'll go that
Mhm.
route. I doubt it. Um, but if they do a twist on the Future Foundation, I'd be interested to see how they would pull that off. But
Yeah.
basically, what I told you, it's kind of like that is what um that arc means in Mark's Johnny
Hmm.
Sacrifice, and it's a way to nurture the minds, those really intelligent minds. And Franklin is a baby in the trailer. I don't know if they'll introduce Valeria. No idea, but we'll see. We'll see what
Hmm.
they do because also we haven't seen the movie, so maybe there's things that I'm calling that they might have adapted from. I don't know what comics they're gonna pull from, but we'll see.
Hmm. There you go. Cool. That was a
Yeah.
good answer. Pretty solid answer. Would you want to go over two other hypotheticals ever? No. Would you like to go to our rankings?
Or rankings. Let's do. Let's
Because I
do. Let's
have
go
I
to the
have
next
two.
hypothetical. We'll see, and then I'll see how I feel at the end.
Okay. Pick a number from 1 to 10.
Fantastic.
All right. If Spider-Man didn't exist, what would the world look like without him?
I'll try to answer this one shortly because if not, we'll be here all day. Um, I think there's so many things due to the introduction of this character that have influenced other things in other media. Most notably,
Mhm.
we'll go over this. Most notably, the whole handling of the double life, because you have
Yeah.
Batman, but Batman has his struggles. Don't get me wrong. Superman has his struggles. Don't get me wrong. Heroes with secret identities have their struggles, but I think the real
Don't get him wrong.
pioneer. You said who?
Don't get you wrong.
Don't get me wrong. The
Yeah.
pioneer of that whole idea, or the one that did it the best, was Spider-Man, and I think they did it so good
Spider-Man.
that now currently in Main 616, like he is trapped in that. They can't let him be happy. That he has to live that Spider-Man wins, Peter Parker loses dynamic.
Hmm.
So that is the current dynamic we're seeing. I think he's the one that solidified the whole double life thing and the fact. I mean, this was one of the main things too. At the genesis of Spider-Man, they didn't want Stan Lee to create the character because heroes shouldn't have problems. Heroes shouldn't be this young. They should
He's a
they should have
teenager. Yeah.
everything exactly. Like it didn't make sense at the time. And then lo and behold, thank you to the fly on the wall, we have the best superhero, best fictional character ever made. But I think we can credit
Yeah.
Spider-Man for um really solidifying the double life aspect, which is the reason he's so
Yeah.
compelling to me. Because we're juggling school, we're juggling our personal endeavors. We both do art in our own ways, and there's so many things we got to juggle, and
Yeah.
similar to the wall crawler. So
I feel like I'm gonna answer my own question too.
go ahead.
I feel like if Spider-Man didn't exist, there would be a lot of people who would not be able to. I feel like Spider-Man, out of everybody, he's already like one of the most liked comic book characters of all time.
Yeah,
And I think that's because a lot of people can look up to him. So if there was no one really showing you, even if it's from fictional stories, if no one was really showing you that you can still pull through even though you have a lot of stuff going on, then I don't know. I don't know who would be the next one to have done that, to have shown that to kids. Because Batman, he's a multi-billionaire, and then Superman is like happy-go-lucky all the time. You know,
he does have his
they kind
struggles,
of
but
yeah.
not as bad. I mean, his struggle wouldn't be one that we could really relate to.
Yeah, because Spider-Man always loses.
Peter
What
Parker wins,
makes what
Spider-Man
makes
loses.
Spider-Man
Spider-Man wins, Peter Parker loses.
yeah.
And there's
I mean
those times where like
Spider-Man Spider-Man in a whole loses because Spider-Man is Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
yeah,
So to show a character, the only character really that's always losing but still keeps going, I feel like that's the most inspirational thing about him. That's why a lot of people like you look up to him.
that's why I like him so much.
So
Yeah.
exactly, that's why it's like, what would the world look like if there wasn't characters like that to show,
Yeah,
like
because I
Spider-Man?
mean, other people have their characters. I don't think I could really name any examples, but the one that did it best
Yeah.
and the one I can relate to, because relatability is a big thing for characters that I like. If I'm drawn to
Hmm.
them, I just happen to like them. So at least for me,
Yeah.
growing up, um, there was always something popping off. There was always something going on, and
Mhm.
Spider Man just stuck with me. So
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
coming back to
Oh, well,
theaters
great.
September.
Yeah. Spider-Man. I already forgot the name of the new movie coming out.
Brand new day.
Uh, yep. Uh, cool. All right. Well, what do you think we should do next? We got some ranking to do.
Which
Fun little
list
ranky
do you
danky.
want to start with? We got 5 lists. We're gonna do 5 items in each list because what is 5 times 5? 25, 20, 25.
25. I was waiting for the slow people in the audience.
That's messed up.
I was
All
giving
of
him a
our
chance.
viewers are pinnacle of human evolution. Reed Richards.
I was gonna say something stupid, but then you said something stupider. Like how everyone is
It
as
was
smart as the
incredibly
smartest
smart.
man in the comic. Right.
We have
Um,
movies we watched as a kid, movies we would show our kids, superheroes, game character. What do you could pick? What do you want to do first?
what do you guys want? Like Dora. Fuck it. We'll do the best 5 movies of our childhood, so then it could kind of segue into the other one that we've
Okay.
got.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar, yeah.
You want to go
You wanna go
first?
first? Or I'll go first.
Rock paper scissors.
Or-
Because you always pick rock.
Fuck you,
Not
bro.
gonna
Fuck.
fool me. Okay, you're up.
He knows my trick. He knows my tactic.
Yeah.
Oh, that means I go. Okay.
Yeah, you're up.
All right. The 5, and this is not to say like this is like the most inspirational, influential movies for me, because this is not what my list is. My list is just like the movies I remember. I could actually like look at myself, look at the memory of me watching it as a kid. Like that's the type of shit I got going on.
So you're gonna go from least influential to most?
Least memorable as a when I was a kid.
Alright, let's do
So
it.
my number 5th spot is Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. I don't know why. These are like very peculiar because there's movies I've seen as a kid that are better than the ones I put here.
Yeah.
So it's like what's going on? But like I just remember like what's the name of the yeah, like the fat TVs. What are they called?
Like the box TVs, like the CRTs?
Yeah, like where you play Melee and shit.
CRTs.
CRTs. I remember like on the CRT and I was just like watching Sleeping Beauty, which happens to be I don't even think this is a hot take or anything, but like the Once Upon a Dream is one of the best Disney songs fucking ever. Fucking love that song. It's a beautiful song. I love that song. And I also love that I've already said this like in other episodes. I love that era of Disney.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
right.
just like it just mixes well together. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved that bit. So Sleeping Beauty. 4th place is Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch, um, man, it's something about that movie that something about that movie. Like I remember watching it, like I would sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce. I'm just like, you know, and I think it was because it's funny how I love that movie so much, and only up until recently did I like how because everyone's talking about the movie or whatever, and I didn't really like because I wouldn't watch movies. I wouldn't rewatch movies like I would do when I was a kid. So like Lilo and Stitch, that has not been a thing in my mind for years, even
Went
though
back
there's
and
like
rewatched
stitches
it.
everywhere. Until I rewatched it. So like I didn't even like notice the first time I watched it. It was like about a family movie. I was just watching because the blue
Oh
little
yeah, the
creature
blue
and
little
Jumbo and
alien. That was
Pleakley.
the selling point, yeah.
Yeah, and Gantu, Captain Gantu, like all that. So like it wasn't even the movie's like theme that I cared about. It was a good time,
Yeah.
and it just so happens to be one of my favorite writers that made the movie, like Chris Sanders. Chris Sanders, Wild Robot. I love that guy. That guy's
Chris
great.
Sanders is good.
Chris Sanders is goated. Next up is Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh made me cry, and I'll say that. I'll let you guys know that movie made me cry. 'Cause
And
that
he
movie,
doesn't
did you
cry
guys
at
know?
movies.
I do not cry at movies. Guardians of the Galaxy almost got me. Coco almost got me, but they didn't. You know what did? Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, and you know what it probably would have been? It probably would have been the nightmare sequence
That
when
was
they were
scary.
talking about the
The heffalumps?
the heffalumps and woozles that were gonna take the honey, and then that like it was there, and I'm like, I was actually like petrified by that thing, by like the one, especially this very specific one in the nightmare where like the hot air balloon was a heffalump and he was sucking off of the little casket, which was like a honey thing, and it's like, no, it's Winnie's, no, don't do no.
Yeah.
And then I cried and then I had
And
nightmares.
then they have that in
I
the
love
ride
that
in
movie.
Disney World. They have that whole nightmare sequence.
They did, and I loved it. But that scared me, but I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, the ending's what makes me cry. Because it's like you grow up and you forget about the things you've had, which is what they explained in Christopher Robin. Was it number 2? Number 2 was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is, man, Richard Williams, man. Richard Williams, not at his peak, but Richard Williams at like something really high. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I remember seeing that and freaking out that Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse were on the same screen.
Top 10
Because
anime
that's never
crossovers of all
happened.
time. That was your end
That's
game.
never happened. Dude, that was my everything, bro. That was my everything, and that is, yeah, it's still up there. It's still up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse on the same screen never happened ever, and that's the only time it's ever happened. Daffy Duck, Donald Duck, and playing the piano. Man, I love those sequences. And as a kid, I was like what's the word? Enamored.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
was yeah, okay. I
Just
was
like
so enamored
flat
by
out
just
starstruck.
the yeah, and like and the beauty of like of seeing like live action and cartoons mix in that way because they've done it before, but like it was not, it's not the same as that movie, and they'll never be able to reach something similar to that even when they try, which like with the Chip and Dale, the Rescue
Rescue
Rangers, they've
Rangers.
tried it, didn't work. Space Jam movies, especially the second one, awful. The first one I like, but it will never be the same, and it will never happen ever again. Where I don't think so. Where Mickey and Bugs are on the same screen, so that's a magical moment for me. And weirdly enough, number one, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking high praises, and then it's like, Buck Wild. It's like I like Buck Wild. That's kind of what it was. I
I
love
mean,
Ice Age.
yeah.
I love Ice Age, but I remember as a kid and seeing like the poster because I remember seeing this in theater, and it had the posters on the wall, and it was just like of the cast, like of the crew, like kind of scared with the dinosaur that was never actually,
Yeah.
that specific render of that dinosaur was never actually in the movie.
Mhm.
Funny enough. I remember that. I remember I was like, because I was watching the movie, like, where is
Were
the
you like
dinosaur in
waiting
the
for the
poster?
dinosaur?
Exactly. So I just remember like him being there and then like all the characters. I'm like, Mama, dinosaur! I loved dinosaurs as a kid. Fucking dinosaur! I had a whole book this thick, and I would just go through all. I don't even read them. I just look at all the pictures. I'm like, look, Dad, there's a cool ass dinosaur. And then when the Ice Age started fucking around with dinosaurs, bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't know that I love that movie. I watched it recently actually. That
Yeah.
movie still stands tall. So there you go. Your turn, motherfucker.
My turn. I'm gonna go from. I would say these are influential because when I watched movies as a kid, just
Hmm.
like how you rewatch Lilo and Stitch, you didn't know what was so special about the movie, but you knew something was special.
Yeah.
I love movies so much now, but I can credit that when I was watching them as a kid, I just saw the flashing images, but in my mind, the cogs were turning. Like the movies mean more than what I'm seeing, than what I can understand. So
Yeah.
number five, one of the movies that really did to me, thanks to Michael Giacchino's score. We spent like a lot of time just thanking Michael Giacchino, giving him his
Yeah.
flowers.
Think about Giacchino.
He's
Yeah.
responsible for a lot of our childhood memories watching Pixar movies. But Up for number five, that one, thanks to the score, incredibly heartfelt. I like the journey. I mean, I was a kid, so the balloons and the house, I'm like, what? That's not real. They don't do that. So all those
Yeah.
things just really like, it was so cool. It got the imaginative gears in my head turning because I'm like, wow, this is such a creative thing. Characters were fun.
Hmm.
I like seeing Carl's development. Obviously, he's very off-putting to Russell, and he just wants to be left alone, but he's grieving. He's
Yeah.
grieving his wife, and that's one of the best Pixar moments. Like we talked about, the Pixar moment.
The Pixar moment is the
And you
beginning of
guys
that
know
movie.
"Married Life." You probably don't know it by name, but you guys know the song, and you'll recognize it instantly if it's played. And the visuals of the balloon with the house and Paradise Falls and all that. I think it's really beautiful.
That's like one of the most Pixar-iest Pixars that you could ever Pixar the Pixar.
There you go. Can we get that on
Yeah.
a t-shirt too?
Yeah, we could yeah, the
The
most
steak one
steaks
is
to ever
better,
steak a
but
steak and
yeah.
the most Pixar to ever Pixar the Pixar, yeah.
Number four,
Hmm.
I'm a little Hawaiian boy. I grew up going to the beach, and I don't know if I surfed that much, but I was surrounded by the nature, surrounded by everything. Lilo and Stitch. I feel like I'm obligated to like it, but also it is a good movie, like what Aldo said. At the end of the day, it's a
Mele
good movie.
Kalikimaka.
Chris Sanders always excels with the theme of family. It's just what he
Yeah.
does, and he cooks every single time. Lilo and Stitch was good. Obviously, like you said, the little blue alien was just always fun to watch on the screen. The way it's animated is really cute. They had a lot of fun music in there. Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride went triple platinum in my house. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to that song. Um,
How good is his hearing?
Fun music, great animation. I love the characters. Love that world that they created too. I love how they represented Hawaii and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
deserves a spot on there too because I've watched that movie so many times. Disney and
Brilliant.
Pixar have like completely swept my list. But coming up next, Finding Nemo. Besides the
Mm,
opening being terrifying and actually something, the ocean is a scary place. So they did well with the depiction of the ocean. But I remember as a
yeah.
kid, I had a pillowcase with Nemo on it. And I was such a little kid when that movie came out. I couldn't even say Nemo. I called him Mimo. I don't know how I messed up one letter, but here we
I think
are.
I think I actually did something similar to that. So like a
Yeah.
dumbass kid.
I, I would call Nemo Mimo, but I love that movie so much. I played the Xbox 360 game, which was also very scary because there was levels you had to like dodge really dangerous animal, or you like dodge the
Oh damn.
minefield and stuff like that. No, actually, it
Oh fuck
wasn't
that
Xbox
shit.
360. It was on the original Xbox. There was a Finding Nemo game on the original Xbox, and I played it for a little bit. I absolutely love the movie because I also really like marine life and fish, and they were able to tell a can't pour my
I
heart
called
out
you
in peace.
old. It's cool.
They were
Nah.
really able to tell a heartfelt story as using fish and maternal loss too, because I mean he lost his mom to a barracuda, which was absolutely terrifying. But all that
Yeah. I
aside,
remember blocking that out of my memory too. I blocked that whole first bit out of my mind
terrifying,
because I
but also
only
really intense. Like
years after the movie, I was like, I never remembered this.
yeah,
I blocked it out of my mind.
I
I
think I
just
did
remember
too
them like waking up in
because.
the anemone.
But then I recalled it back. I'm like, oh yeah, they woke up in the anemone. What's his dad's name again? It's not
Uh, Marlin.
Marlin. No, Nemo's the one.
Yeah.
Nemo's the one with he's missing a fin a little bit. He's the only one that survived
Yeah.
out of all. Bro. Great movie though. They were in their bag with that one, but like, damn. Coming up
Yeah.
next,
No, that shit was crazy.
when they were in their bag, I absolutely love Toy Story. I can credit Toy Story 2, like what I told you. It was the first instance where the
Hmm.
sequel to me was better than the original, and I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. I was used to watching a movie, and then I was like, okay, that was good. That movie exists, and it's done. I didn't know
Yeah.
movies were more than just like a one and done sort of thing. There's more to it, and like I said, I credit these movies for turning those gears in my brain. Toy Story
Hmm.
2. I think Toy Story 2 is better than the first one. I think it's the best Toy Story movie. But I
Yeah.
like the whole theming. They were so good in their theming, like Fish for Finding Nemo. The fact that like toys coming to life was such like a brand new concept. Like that was so cool. I love Buzz Lightyear as a character. I think when I was in
Yeah.
Hawaii for Halloween, I dressed as Buzz, and one of my neighbors was Woody, and we absolutely killed it.
Oh
Yeah, it was
man.
like with the little like thing. Yeah, no, it was fun. Great movie. Absolutely love the characters. They're incredibly iconic, and I think Buzz Lightyear like if we have an album, I think I have my album somewhere. I gotta find it. But growing up,
Show that for the crew.
one of the only characters I really wanted to take a photo with, I was scared of the other characters. The only one I wanted to take a photo with and I would run up to was Buzz Lightyear.
Really?
Back when his signature was a stamp. He couldn't sign because of his costume,
Oh.
so he would stamp.
Yeah.
And I remember that because he was one of the only
Wow.
people I wanted to take a photo.
Same thing for me, but the one I would run up to that was the tallest one, which was fucking
Goofy,
Goofy.
yeah, I love Goofy
I
too.
was scared of Mickey, Donald, Pluto, Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, everybody. Stitch, Goofy. I was in the line for that
I like
motherfucker.
Stitch too,
I
because blue's my
love Goofy.
favorite color, so I was, I didn't care what it was blue.
Really funny quick story. When I was a kid, I didn't know the rules of like going up and like getting
Oh,
the
what'd
signatures or
you
whatever.
do?
So like we would be in the line because I want to see Goofy, and we were in the line. My mom was like dying in the heat. I'm like looking at Goofy all the way to the end of the line, and it's my turn, and I go up and I'm just like, "Bye, Goofy," and I start walking away. My mom's like, You're getting a signature."
Like that's it, that was one and done.
Bye, Goofy. Exactly. Like,
You just want to say bye, like, is
I
it?
I really do kind of struggle with that, like with celebrities, like when I go to MegaCon or something. Like, I don't know how much like time I want to
Oh
take, so I just want to
yeah,
say like a hi and bye, like as
because
fast as
I don't
possible,
want
because
to
I don't want to like
overstay a welcome. I have the same thing,
exactly. So I kind of still have that.
even with Goofy.
Any- even well, I haven't been to Disney, like I haven't been to Disney since the Stitch's Escape ride was still open, so
Long time ago.
long
I
ass
have
time. I
that.
want to go
I
back.
have that same thing.
It's
If you guys happen to see us and recognize us, though, we are so much fun. So you should totally say it.
all right. So
Number
segueing
one
into the
movie, because that was number two.
talk too long. I'm just kidding. I literally just cut into your story, but
Number one movie. It's a trilogy, actually. I can credit the
mm,
original Spider-Man trilogy for
no
teaching
shit.
me so many things about life. I actually met Sam Raimi. I have a signature. I met Sam Raimi at MegaCon. That was like, bro, that was such a highlight. Aldo knows how happy I was. Aldo knows how much it meant to me
Yeah.
to shake his hand and to just thank him for making these movies. I can credit them for getting me into movies. I think the second movie will always be my favorite movie of all time, my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I can confidently say, like, I stand on business. I don't think there will ever be a Spider-Man movie or a comic movie that'll top it for me. And I think I just
Mm.
know how I like my Spider-Man, and that was those movies were made with so much passion and so much care, and you could tell he really had a love for this character, and I think it's just the most respectful way to make an adaptation, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
incredibly influential because it's the movies that led me into superhero movies. they were like this whole big like. I mean, they were just getting started, and you can credit this trilogy for so many things.
Yeah.
There's so many things I like to list would take forever, but a lot of the things that maybe you like if you watch the MCU, for example, you can track it back down to either Blade, the original X-Men movies, or the original Spider-Man movies.
Man, the X-Men movies were something else. That's like a fever dream. Like thinking of like the of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Yeah,
Not even like
black
counting
leather
like the Devil Wolverine,
suits.
but just like yeah.
Times were different back then.
Days of Future Past. That movie was
This Future Past,
scary as shit.
this Future Past is a banger though.
It
It's one
was
of the
yeah.
better
I
Fox
remember.
X-Men movies, but yeah.
Thank you, Fox. Let's see.
Hope you had the time of your life.
Speaking of the time of the life, we're gonna list 5 things that we would show our kids so then they can have the time of their lives.
5 movies will show our
Have,
kids, even though we're not like that old or
that
anything.
we don't have kids. We do not have kids.
This is for
Stay in school.
when we're episode like 373, and it's like
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. All right. Let's see. Am I gonna literally be the first one to do this one,
you
or
went
is it gonna be
first
you this one?
last, right?
Yeah.
I'll kick it off.
You kick it off.
I'll kick it off. This list is vastly different from the movies that were influential to me.
Mhm.
But I think it'll make sense when you listen. You'll probably be like, yeah, that makes sense for at least what I like and how I translate or communicate things. So
Yeah.
So for my beautiful children who are not watching this yet, but I'll be showing you this in the future. Double A. No, I'm just kidding. Number 5. Oh, you know
We're
what?
gonna hook up kids to some good shit.
Oh, I didn't mention for the last list. Honorable mention: Chicken Little also went platinum in my house. I watched the
Oh
fuck out of
shit.
Chicken Little.
That movie scared me.
But yeah,
I watched it though, cause
I forgot to mention it. But yeah, honorable mentions for this list: Lilo and Stitch, unfortunately, is an honorable mention, and Finding Nemo as well, honorable mention. I mean, it doesn't mean I won't show it to them, but if I had to pick 5, I would
no,
go.
of course.
I
Like
would go with these.
yeah.
Number 5, The Iron Giant, only because
Oh, okay.
we stressed it. We cannot stress this enough. Animated movies doesn't mean they're kids movies or cartoons or whatever you want to call it. There are
Yeah.
really mature stories you can tell with this medium, and like I say, you could do it better than live action movies. So The Iron Giant, I wouldn't say it's for kids. It's a very mature story, and the director was communicating his trauma essentially through this film, and the
Yeah.
Iron Giant was meant to symbolize something else. So I feel like this could broaden their perspective in terms of what an animated movie could be, because it has a bit
Thank
of
you,
a mature
Redbird.
theme, so they could watch it. And I don't think there's anything inherently intense or anything too scary for them as kids. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it in the perspective that they're younger. I still feel like this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
something I can show to them. Will they get it? Will they get all the themes and everything? No, and that's okay because they'll rewatch it later and they'll be like, "Oh, I understand it. I understand it now."
I understand it now.
And I think
Yeah.
it'll be beneficial to broaden their horizons into what animation could be.
Yeah.
So that'll be my number 5.
I like
Number
that.
4, The Wild Robot. Thank you, DreamWorks. We gave Chris Sanders his flowers. I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree. There is a really beautiful story about family. And obviously if I'm, a father showing a movie to my kids, I would like it's a family movie. A family movie in the sense that you can watch it with family, and a family movie that it is about family.
Family.
So I feel like they would like the iconography of the animals, and that's all cute and fun, but at the end of the day, besides visually how it looks, it's also, I mean, visually it is very stunning. But when we
Yeah.
get to the meat and potatoes of the movie, it is a very profound movie about motherly love.
Yeah.
So I think that'll also be
You know what's
enough
a
to show them.
you know what's a good movie about family?
What?
Fast and Furious.
I
Go
knew
show
I
all
knew
the
it.
movies.
I wasn't gonna make the joke, and then here you are. I did not want to say anything Fast and Furious related. Here we go.
Family. It's about family.
Number 3, Tokyo Drift. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I happen to be into
I thought it was
JDM.
real.
Tokyo Drift is dope, but
Mm.
like a lot of these movies you're gonna see, it's that they have something beneficial to provide as opposed to entertainment. Like they can help them learn some things, give them some perspective that maybe I can't. So that's why number 3, I could not pick one. I don't know which one specifically I would show them, but a
Mhm.
Studio Ghibli film. I don't know which one, but I
This is
will
crazy.
I will show them a Studio Ghibli movie. That's
Mm.
that's a given. Number
Yeah.
2, this movie hasn't come out yet, but I think in terms of what it's gonna provide, like in terms of perspective, I keep mentioning how I think it's a movie we need currently and how it could show us how to act a certain way. James Gunn's Superman. The movie's not out yet. I know I'm gonna love it, and I know that the message is gonna transcend movies itself, and it's gonna be one that is gonna leave a lasting impact. I mention all the time movies can change the world. I always quote James Gunn when he says that movies serve as a form of communication, which is the case with the Iron Giant. So there is a message implanted in this movie, and it's a surface level, like the most I could say, or like just being very brief about it. It's about being hopeful, and it's about how kindness and compassion can serve as a superpower when you don't have the ability to lift buildings, etc., etc. It takes very little to be kind, but it's also not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah,
Sometimes the right decision is the hard decision, and that's why it's right.
yeah,
You have to mentally overcome the fact that the easy decision is probably the one. Like us as humans, we're focused on instant gratification and all that, and we have to look past that, and we have to look at what's really best. And I feel like Superman can teach us a lesson about that. Number one,
yeah.
Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi. Like that movie taught me so
Yeah.
much. Again, Aunt May's speech, one of my favorite monologues in movies, tells us that once again, it's like the same message as Superman. There is a hero in every single one
There's a
of
hero
us.
in all of
We
us.
don't have to have the ability to lift buildings over our head or swing off of buildings. We can be our hero, and every day we have a choice. Spider-Man 3 teaches us. No matter say what you want about that movie, open up your closet. You have the red suit or the black suit. You have a choice, and there's always a choice to choose kindness or to choose the more benevolent path. But that's what those movies
I like,
teach
I
me.
like,
In short, because I
I
could go
like
on and
that
on
one.
about it, but yeah.
I like that one. You can choose the red suit, or the black suit. I
Choose the
like
red
that.
suit, choose the black suit. But yeah, I
Yeah,
would.
shoot, 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 shoot.
Obviously, I'm big on superheroes too, so it makes sense. I'd show them superhero movies, and yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of animated movies because once again, it's such a powerful medium for telling stories. So
yeah.
your turn. I'm curious because
Nice.
especially when I mentioned Ghibli, you gotta
This is
have it
really
in
funny
there. You
because
gotta have it in there.
we have one and a half of like similar things. So number five, we're gonna start with Pinocchio.
Okay.
What's wrong with
Yeah.
Pinocchio? I was going to say Bambi for quite the similar reasons to why you would show your kids like more like more adult related things.
Yeah.
Is because like even though Pinocchio, because like the original Disney movies are always like they were meant for like the general adult audience like generally speaking. So that doesn't mean that kids couldn't be exposed to those things.
Because
Obviously,
we
you want to
watched Bambi as a
choose
kid.
what type. Exactly. You don't want to choose obviously like you wouldn't want to give your kid Primal to watch.
Nah.
Primal or like Smiling Friends. Like there's you could be smart about it. And the movies that do well are old Disney movies like Pinocchio. So
Yeah.
that I feel like would be like one of the greater things. Also, Pinocchio it's it's the most complex 2D animated film. It's the most complex one. Just want you guys to know because
Like
that movie is
technically.
crazy. Technically, yes. Because like and also just like you have to for you to know how to animate well, you need to know how to live life. So like the cat like that big wooden like that crate that with what's his name? Fuck. What's the bad guy's name? It's literally a food. Stromboli.
Stromboli.
Stromboli's little puppet show. Little walking puppet show. All the wheels, all the like the little intricacies of like the wood and when Monstro was crazy too. Monstro, the way they walk, the way they like every single little detail about that movie was it's so like technically complex, just animation wise, just making the frames. I love that movie. It's not like they're gonna get that, but like to expose them to good shit. Yeah. Let me hook you up, kid. Um, number four is the Wild Robot.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Number four is the Wild Robot because of the same reason you're saying. Like the kids need to learn how to appreciate the what your parents should do for you. Like especially the moms. Shout out to all the moms. I love my mom. So I feel like I can't think of a movie where in our like around our time where it was like specifically about the power of like a
Of
motherly
maternal love.
uh of a maternal sacrifice. I can't think of one off the
Because
top of
it's
my head.
pretty.
But I know that Wild
I don't
Robot
want to say it's pretty specific,
um
but I guess it could be.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I can't think of one at the moment. There has to be one. Uh, but to
Mars needs
execute
moms.
it, God damn it. So what was I saying? You fucked me up. No, wait. A movie that a movie like The Wild Robot, I feel like it's a timeless movie. A timeless movie that could be used for so many other generations ahead of us to show them what it means to be a good mom. This movie is it. And of course, Chris Sanders wrote it. Thank you, man. Number three, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I've
Banger.
watched that movie so many fucking times, and I could tell you as a brand new adult. As a brand new adult, this movie is perfect for it's not like an old Disney movie, but it is perfect for those who want to like be in the conversation and the topic of death. That is so hard to do without making people absolutely like uh petrified of the thought.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that. I am one of those people. Don't put me in a room thinking about it because I'll be in shivers. Scary. So that's why it gets to me that way. Because Puss in Boots was able to do it, and it's like,
They did it in such
learn
like a
to
tasteful
appreciate
way.
the
That's the best way they could have done it, I think.
exactly. It's like like Puss in Boots, like telling to death, like straight up in the face, like I'm going to fight for this last life, the one that I have, and I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability. It's like I like that, and also I have so much relatability to when Puss in Boots had a realistic attack, like like an anxiety attack. I didn't have anything as crazy as that, but I know for a fact that if I have a bad day, it could look like that, especially around that type of conversation. So for kids to like be able to like
Be exposed to that.
a kid will exactly a kid being exposed to this type of stuff, like this will not fuck them up, but this will introduce them to something, like and you would want to like especially with art get your kids
Plant the
some
seeds.
plant the seeds for the kids to learn how to appreciate art and to look at it in some different ways. And Puss in Boots for kids and for
That's
adults
crazy. We got
alike,
the
that's
same. We got the
such a good
same
movie.
reasoning going on.
Exactly. We're gonna be great parents. I'm beginning.
I'm
Nah, I
cutting
hate
that out.
beer. Except for Stella's are pretty good. No, no, it's fine. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. Number two is Ponyo. I'm still laughing at it. Number two is Ponyo. Out of all the movies, like Spirited Away, Castle in the Sky, I feel like the one movie that will, I feel like it perfectly encapsulates. I don't know how many times I've said it, but that word has been said a while. Perfectly encapsulates what a kid looks like having fun in like a beach setting, in an ocean setting. It's Ponyo. I remember watching it for the first time because you did a surprise birthday for me
I'm
like two
such a
years
good
ago.
friend.
This is a good friend, bro. And you gave me an Oreo cake,
We had the whole auditorium at the movie theater that we worked at just screen Ponyo on the big screen. So. And
and
he
that
had
was
no
awesome.
clue, and I almost blew the surprise in the parking lot. But that's besides the point.
I had I had no idea. I'm also pretty stupid when it comes to like knowing any better. So that was what an awesome day. Watched Ponyo was my first Ghibli movie I've seen too. So it's just a bunch of magical shit going on. And I remember saying like so many times I've watched that thing at least like four times at this point. I watching Ponyo. I'm like, man, if my kids don't act like Ponyo, I'm gonna be pissed because Ponyo is I love Ponyo. Like just like to like just be around a kid like Ponyo. Like I want to raise a child like that. It's such a beautiful way to because I hate kids. I'm gonna say that right now, and I don't even mean it like fuck them kids, but like realistically, being like around children around like the age of like 5 to 3, toddler age, it's like almost unless you have an angel child, one of the most unbearable times to be a parent. You know what I mean? So, um, so when you see something like Ponyo, it's like that would be amazing. It's such a beautiful movie about the end. It's like it's what is it?
Like
It's a
innocence.
beautiful movie. Yeah, like the innocence of a child. I love that movie. It's like and also like young love. Like oh, I love him. I want to be with him. Like that movie just is a whole bunch of ahs.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And I feel like if I show my kid that movie, I feel like that kid's gonna either it's not but it'll be. I feel like that kid of mine, little Aldo Jr. would love that movie because I love that movie. I don't know,
You're gonna
something
sit
about it, the
here and you're
innocence.
gonna like Ponyo.
It's fishy in the sea, bro.
It's like
Fuck,
watch the
Sakana no
movie.
Ko, bro. Yeah, for real. So I don't know. Number one, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay, you're cooking.
Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda 2. And I understand that like it's a trilogy, so like why the fuck would I like out of all the movies, be the second one. You know,
Aside
first
from
one
it
is a
being the
good movie
best
too.
one.
It's also the best one. First one was a really good movie about knowing that your self-worth is based on what it is that you can pull off. So like, but the second movie it's like the second movie I feel like it has also a really good theme about, you know, out of anything that happens to you, it's very similar. It's very similar in a sense.
Yeah.
No matter what happens to you, no matter what happens to people around you, it's only up to you to make good decisions.
Because yeah,
To
diving into
make
the
the
backstory of his family, we learned what happened, but also through it all, he ended up becoming the Dragon Warrior anyways.
exactly. So it's just like it's such a good movie to teach about self-discipline and self-worth, self-love. It's like you have to out of no matter what it is that puts you down, you have to keep going forward. And Kung Fu Panda 2 was awesome with that. Such a good movie. Such a good movie because it really did look like at a point like um he wasn't able to get out of it, you know? As a kid, seeing like the markings of the feathers of Shen's like tail feathers and like
Crazy
him
villain.
freaking out
Thank you,
about it.
Gary
It's like
Oldman.
you're able, dude, you're able to overcome a whole bunch of shit. You just got to believe in
Got to put your
yourself.
mind to it. You got to
That's
believe.
and all of that can go forth with a whole bunch of like that could branch out into literally every other part of your life, you know. So, Kung Fu Panda 2,
Thank you, Hans Zimmer.
brilliant. Exactly. And also, again, I'm so aware. I'm so 100% aware that just like I did, I will not pick up these themes the first time I watch these movies.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like,
That's.
but
I think that's a
if
part of the
if
beauty of it.
if I were to put all these movies into a time capsule for like say like those are the only movies that will ever exist, and you give them to the kid, I feel like all of those will pick up things that they need to know.
Oh, for sure.
You know? In a very flavorful way.
Yeah,
Because all of these movies you can still watch when you're older.
yeah.
Perfect. I'm a genius. Anyway. So those are the five fives. We got two other fives. These are a lot more quicker because it's a lot more
Yeah,
funsies. It's just
we
like
could
yeah,
speed through
yeah,
these.
like
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so what we're gonna do now is gonna do you wanna do top five comic characters? What
Top
a very, very big switch.
top five comic
Very top
characters.
five comic characters or video game characters? What do you want to do?
Let's go with comic characters.
All right, bet. All right, well you or no, I go. I'm gonna go now. I'll start. Let's start. I'll be faster this time, I promise. All right. Number five. You're gonna see a pattern. Number five, my fifth favorite comic book character is Lobo.
Shout out Jason
You
Momoa.
will dude, I'm so stoked for that.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked for that. Also, this is really insane to say, but like I've always liked Marvel more than I've liked DC
Mhm.
ever, like forever, ever. You
Oh,
know.
this is like a
But
point in time where you
it's
could say you're probably like more excited for what DC's coming out with,
yes.
or you know,
This is really going to be a turning point for like the domination of Marvel for like a decade, for like 15 years, it will immediately dwindle if Superman does good, and with all of his James Gunn projects from here on out, you will literally see a DC
that's
domination
incredibly valid.
towards kids and for like even to those who's like like the girls who say like, oh, I love Spider-Man, Spider-Man's my favorite character, and they don't know shit. Now they're gonna be like, oh my god, like Batman's my favorite character, like oh my god. And that's literally only because I know for a fact it's because like Marvel was the comics for movies or the movies for comics, etc. Whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
You understand what
yeah,
I'm trying to
I get
say.
what you're trying to say.
So Lobo, like I'm so stoked for that movie. Lobo. Number four, The Mask.
Yeah, we went
Dude,
to school dressed
dude.
as the mask.
I went to school. I went to the gym with Anthony and like mutual friends of ours. Bro, I'm over here like I danced to the Cuban Pete song. I learned the whole song, and I'm like, dun, 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 dun. Bro, I love the mask. The mask is brilliant because it's just like, you know, Looney Tunes. If the consequences for his violent behavior went on real people, it's just I don't know. It's something about it. Also, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon
Jim
kinda
Carrey was
in
the
a
best
fucked up way.
choice for that adaptation. He's the only one who could pull
Oh,
that off.
for sure. And even though I would want to see another Mask movie, I don't think I would want to because Jim Carrey's too old, and I can't think of another actor that can do that.
Nah,
That can move the same
he
way
was the
he
best
can.
choice.
Unfortunately, he was the best choice, and I would have loved to have seen another Mask movie with the way that
The
tech and
oh
CGI and
yeah,
everything. It just oh man, but it's fine because the comics anyway were just like in Marvel movies and DC movies. The ones in the comics are the most heinous and the
they're
most
so
like
wild.
obtuse mask you'll ever
They
get.
didn't even
So
reach that level
um
of insanity, which is crazy to think about.
no, they referenced a couple scenes, but that's how far they just referenced it, like with the drum gun banana thing, banana balloon. I'm stupid. Anyway, number three, total tonal shift. Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer. He's like the Piccolo of Marvel.
We see the fit, except
He's
he doesn't have one.
always he does not have a fit, but like him not having a fit is the
Is the
fit because
fit.
he's just a crone. He is the fit. He's aura farming throughout the universe, like, and this is more of like because you're probably gonna notice a very obvious difference between why I like characters and why he likes characters. Silver Surfer just like it's mostly probably because of the way he's drawn, and he's just like empty in space, and he's like it's like a what would you call it like a it's like a fatalistic character. Feudalistic, like it just like it will never end up good for him because he's alive forever. No one knows
The
him.
loneliest
He's
man in the
like
cosmos.
that's literally the name, loneliest man in the cosmos, and it's just and the way he's drawn out,
Oh,
especially
there's like
with
a
like
sort of like lingering melancholy to his character. Like,
exactly, and it's just the way it's seeing that it's so potent in drawings, and
yeah.
I can't see any character similar to that in
Oh yeah,
regards to
that's interesting. Like, yeah, the drawings always exude that aspect of his character, which is interesting because like, how can a
yeah,
drawing do that? That's what good art does.
yeah, Alex Ross, thank you, man.
Yep.
Alex Ross. Number two. Okay, now we're back. The Joker.
Sicko.
specifically specifically Mark Hamill's Joker. It's just, cuz like yeah, I understand that he's like all screwy and messed up in the comics, and like him using babies as like a shield. Cuz you know which story I'm talking about, right? Where he throws the baby at, let me see, was it Commissioner Gordon's wife?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So like
I mean,
things
there's
like
so many
that,
crazy things he's done.
because like the Joker is aware of like, oh yeah, I know you're not gonna allow the drop to baby, but because of that, that's when you die, because like you have your guard down now. So like it's that level of screwiness, but also at the same time being a clown Joker thing. And now instead of it being a drawing that gets to me, it's the voice that gets to me. Mark Hamill will always be the best choice. He's not gonna do it anymore, but it's
Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy.
that has yes. What a legend. I remember seeing him with my letter jacket Overwatch all the way back in like 2018.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed that I have a picture of him with an Overwatch letter jacket. I'm so pissed. But Mark Hamill's Joker will be internalized every time I see the Joker, even though there will probably be another one in the coming future where he knocks it out of the park. It will never be the same. So, Joker. Number one.
Wait, I already. No, wait, nothing. I already know what it is.
We are Venom! I was so pissed when the third movie came out and saw it. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. Venom is my favorite character. First episode, I think also the third episode was a Venom
Yeah.
shirt. I got man, I love Venom so much. Venom's character about being two idiots who think a dumb idea is a good idea. Him being the lethal protector, him
Two wrongs make a
I've
right.
seen a
Like,
exactly, like he thinks like it's so funny how I saw a post, either you were listening with me on this post or not, but like Venom I love Venom because Venom, the alien himself, is a quirky guy. He's a
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
doof.
yeah.
Goofy doofy, stupid dude. But when he is serious, he is threatening and imposing, and it's like a perfect combination of the two. Because you'll have him swinging with Spider-Man singing Strangers in the Night, you know, but then when he means business, he's going to eat your brains,
Yeah.
And also he is a black alien with a spider insignia on his chest with a big tongue and teeth. Like it's just so
Like, how
cool,
is that
bro.
now cool? Like, come on now.
Dude, it's so cool. That's why I was really pissed when the third movie came out because I actually I had hope when the first movie of with Tom
Tom Hardy.
what's his name? I was gonna say Tom Hanks. Tom Hardy's first Venom movie. It wasn't the best, but I had hopes that it was gonna be good. You know, because he's like 7 foot. He's threatening people, but he's also stupid. You know, and then I lost hope after the second movie because what do you mean Carnage was defeated in one movie? You can't do that.
PG-13. We love Andy Serkis too. But I don't know.
Yeah, Andy Serkis was. You can't. It's unfortunate how it's stupid in many levels how Andy Serkis is the best thing in a Venom movie because Venom should be the best thing in the movie. It's his own fucking name, you know. It is Andy Serkis, but like Venom running away the entire movie that upset
Well,
me as a
Andy
super
Serkis
Venom
directed that
fans.
movie. He was in Carnage. Carnage was Woody Harrelson.
Oh no, okay, because I was also talking about the third movie. Okay, so Andy Serkis never make a movie and keep doing CGI because that's what you excel at. You
Mocap.
excel at being a bunch of
Mocap
other
King.
things. That's what, yeah, mocap. I said CGI, mocap. Probably a little combination of both. You need both, but
Fantastic and
yeah,
fantastic actor.
remain at being every kind of creature that exists. You are amazing at
You're
that. But
fantastic at it. No one
making
can
a
take that
movie,
from
yeah.
you.
Say that again.
I was like, no one can take that from you. Like,
No, fantastic. Anyway, so that's my list. I have a pretty cool list. Now it's your turn
wow, this
for
is
your
pretty cool
stupid
too.
little
I'm
bit.
sorry. What?
No,
Honorable mentions.
no. All right.
Benjamin J. Grimm
Oh
from
shit.
Yancey Street, The Thing. Batman and
Muffin.
Superman, because before my number one hero came around, these are the ones that got me into it. But I learned by reading about them instead of watching them on the TV. So number five, we're gonna
Mm.
go with Daredevil. I absolutely love the Matt Murdock Daredevil dynamic. He tries to do good legally throughout the day as a lawyer, and then that doesn't work, so he ends up pummeling people on the street as Daredevil. A lot of aura farming, a lot
Yeah.
of sick moments. The 2019 comic run, illustrated Marco Cicchetto, fantastic artist, one of my favorite Spider-Man artists, one of my favorite comic artists. Fantastic, just stuff to read in general, and he is a great character. I love the level of profundity he brings. Born Again is a fantastic run. He has some legendary moments in the comics. Cool character all around. Number
Him steeping over the line of actually killing someone has always been,
which we see
because
in
he's,
Born Again, and it's such an
yeah,
interesting dynamic. And Charlie Cox is
brilliant.
incredible. Number
Yes,
four,
brilliant.
we have everyone's favorite short king, Wolverine. I mean, I'm like 7'3", so like no,
Oh yeah, he's taller than me. He's taller than me.
I'm incredibly tall, but I like looking at the short king, this little Wolverine. Who Hugh Jackman thought was like a honey badger, but another tragic character, another incredibly profound character, and I just like he's just so animalistic. It's so cool to see that, like
Yeah,
Sabretooth, Wolverine. I mentioned to you Owlsy, the mob boss, but like those kind of like they're
yeah.
humans, but they have all these like animalistic qualities. It's so interesting to see, and I absolutely love
Mhm.
reading his comics as well.
Yeah.
Number three, one that is underutilized in the movies, not in the comics, though, we have the Incredible Hulk. Fantastic character, one of the deepest and most profound comic book characters of all time, and people get this wrong all the time. Hulk isn't the
Fucking.
embodiment of rage, but he is the embodiment of passion and very strong emotion. Although it just most of the time it happens to be rage, but he can be incredibly sad. He can be incredibly mad. He can be
The claw.
a lot of other things. But he's also, again, misconception. He's just a big green monster. He's more than a monster. He has feelings too. They just happen to be incredibly strong feelings, and he always lets them out via yelling and shouting, as opposed to being smart like his counterpart Bruce Banner. There's a lot that goes into the
Yeah.
character of the Hulk, and comic books are insane. They're always good reads. Hulk Gray is one of my
Immortal
favorite
Hulk.
stories. Immortal Hulk is fantastic. I read that in like 2 weeks. Thank you, Alex Ross, for the covers. And one of the most like intricate comics I've ever read. The implication and introduction of the Green Door and what that means to the Hulk mythos is great stuff. And I think it's incredibly smart what they did with that.
Yeah.
Number two, a comic book character that gets like no, I have like only Marvel characters too. I mean, I had honorable
That's
mentions for
fine. That's fine.
DC, but
Marvel.
I'm a Marvel
Marvel Dominion over the past decade. Yeah.
Boy, true and true. Although I am very excited for Superman. I'd like superheroes, but growing up it was Marvel. Number
Mm.
two, 2021, there was this short miniseries I read for a character that's not very well known, Beta Ray Bill. It was a fantastic
Mm-hmm.
series. Danny Warren Johnson, you were goated, wrote and illustrated. I believe he illustrated the story as well. But oh, a common trend. I like all the like freaky characters, the ones that don't really like themselves. But love
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bill in terms of
Pentagram.
him being like the last Corbinite. His like soul. There's a song that in my head canon it has nothing to do with Beta Ray Bill, but there's like this
Okay.
heavy metal song. Because I made a pitch, like if I were to direct Kevin Feige, if I were to direct a Beta Ray Bill movie, I would um intertwine it with like heavy metal, like what they tried to do in Ragnarok. I think it could work with Thor, but I think it works so much better with Beta Ray Bill. There's a
Beta Ray
2006
Bill.
album, Killswitch Engage, which I like listening to.
Yeah.
They did a cover of Holy Diver originally by Dio, and it's about a Christ-like figure being like the last option of survival, and he kind of dives in headfirst, and he has to
Hmm.
save everyone and everything. I think that kind of works really well with Beta Ray Bill's story, him being the last Corbinite. His planet got destroyed by Surtur. There's so many
Yeah.
cool things to his character. We see him in absolutely nothing. He was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He doesn't really have, aside from comics, he has like appearances here and there. We barely see him. I would love to see more of him.
We need to see a
A
movie.
movie would be so dope if they do it correctly, and they just really have to focus on his internal struggle. And he's this crazy, like, he was engineered to be the strongest thing, and then
Mhm.
just deep down he just really misses his mom and his planet, and he doesn't feel like he's fit for that. Do you have something to say?
Movie written by Anthony Miranda, thank you, man.
Kevin Feige.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Number
James
one.
Gunn, like,
Number one, I don't think it's a question. I think I've made it fairly obvious, and I've already explained why.
it's a pretty cool shirt he got there.
Number one is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man himself, and I've already.
Spider-Man.
Growing up, I learned one of my first instances of learning how to read was with the comic books. The movies opened my eyes to what movies could really be and what superhero movies could be, because they're not just. Um, I think we've talked about this before, but movies can be so much more than just punch, punch, kick, kick. And my favorite movies are the ones that, like, again, I would show my kids these movies because it's more than just action sequences. But there are bigger
Yeah.
lessons to be learned, and it can provide a different perspective on life. And that's what the second movie did for me, and that's what the original trilogy did for me, and that's what Spider Man did for me. Aside from him being super cool, there's so many things I've learned and have applied to everyday life just by kind of associating myself with these characters. My room is like a
Yeah.
shrine. You guys don't see it. Aldo's been in my room, like, yeah. But that top five superheroes. There we go.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant. What a good list. Mine's better, but like good list. All right, cool. We got two more actually. Shit. Uh,
We're almost there. We can get through it.
so we'll get there. One's a lot stupider than the other one. We got
Yeah.
this.
Do you want to
Let's
do the
chill.
stupider one, or do you want
We're
to
gonna
save that
do
one for last?
the which one?
Do you want to do the stupider one, or do you want to save that one?
We'll do the stupidest one last because it'll I don't know.
Good way to end out the episode.
Yeah. Top 5 video game characters. All right, this time you're gonna go first.
Okay, cool.
We already picked up the
Yeah,
system.
my number one is, we'll see. Honorable mentions. I loved robotics as a kid, and blue is my favorite color. So the Super Fighting Robot Mega Man is an honorable mention. Banjo
Oh
from Banjo
shit.
Kazooie, because I got a copy of Rare Replay, which allowed me to play the games with an N64 because it was like an emulation sort of thing. And then honorable mention the Hunter from Bloodborne, because I like the Soulsborne games, as hard as they may be. Bloodborne. I mean, the main character is, it's just aura. It's just cool, like.
Yeah.
Because you don't know much about the characters. I mean, there is a lot of lore. You got to really dive deep into it. But like, the hunts are cool as shit,
Mhm.
bro. Like, what do you want me to tell you? It's really funny because we got Mega Man and we got Banjo. We got the hunter from Bloodborne. Like,
Oh shit. Oh
starting
yeah.
off with number 5. You guys can see my poster here.
Oh, those were your honorable mentions.
Those are my honorable mentions. Here's the actual list. Number 5.
Shit.
One of my favorite games to play on the 3DS was Ocarina of Time 3D, and then I don't think my love for Zelda started there, but I played the original games. I played the game, whatever game they had on the Wii. Link ended up being he was just always there because I would always play the Zelda games, so he ended up being one of my
Yeah.
favorites. And I like all the timey-wimey stuff with Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask was also a really insane plot. Playing that on 3DS was just like, I didn't get it, but like the moon was scary. I was like, there was so much going on. But I kind of also like, because I played these when I was younger, I liked how we had a kid doing like really heroic things. It's just kind of inspiring.
Oh, I see that.
Music's fantastic. Games are great. A Link Between Worlds is one of my favorites. I think it's a really fantastic game. I played a lot of these on the 3DS. But yeah, so I gotta give Link his flowers. Number 4, I felt like I had to include him on the list just because if you I want to say if you ever played games, like, you just, not even it, even if you didn't play games, you know this character, you know him well. It's Super Mario. Like, he's become
Yeah,
he's a worldwide
Wahoo
icon at this
motherfucker.
point. Like we played all the games. I think one of the first things we did when we hung out was just we play Mario Kart. We played Smash. Like those were one of the first things we have.
Yeah.
So and those are Smash isn't a Mario game per se, but like he's one of the characters in the game.
Yeah, I mean
But
it's
like
yeah.
Nintendo was one of the very first things we would bond over. I would say. Number three,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
crazy shift here. Big Boss Metal Gear Solid. There's different iterations of Snake. There's Big Boss Snake and then Venom Snake. And Venom Snake is technically Big Boss. I'm not gonna get into the timeline. We'll be here all day. But
As Kojima.
Big Boss is the Snake that you play as in Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater, which I'm so excited that they're remaking, and I think what's wrong with you asshole?
What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? What do you
Snake
mean?
Eater's
What do you
great.
mean?
I'm excited they're remaking it, and between 1, 2, and 3, I think Snake Eater is probably the best one. But there's an argument to be
Yeah.
made for either of them.
Snake
Number
Eater.
2,
Yeah.
I've come to like the characters that have a level of profundity to them. Character development is also something I love seeing. And one of the characters that is the best example of character development and had the biggest example of it is Kratos from the Santa Monica God of War. Not the original ones, because he was a
Ooh.
different character, I would say. But
Mhm.
these new ones gave him, I think the best thing you could have done. We spoke about this. To humanize
Yeah.
him was to give him a son, because now it's something he just has to care. He's either not gonna care and he's gonna continue being how he is, or he's gonna learn to care. And seeing him learn to
Wild
care,
Robot.
and wild robot, and then at the end of the second game where he's almost like Kratos, the same character that murdered his own family is about to cry. He's getting choked up by what his son is telling him. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful story, and I was so moved at the end of the game. I played it in 2 sittings. I played it for the first time in a 6 hour burst, and then 14 hours later, I'm like done with the game. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, wow.
And he didn't play Valhalla.
Number one, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is cheating or not, but I put Spider-Man from the
What?
Insomniac game.
I I was going to say it jokingly. No fucking way. No fucking way.
I mean, like,
No
what do you
fucking way.
want from me?
No way. I was like, guys, watch as you put Sony Spider-Man on the PlayStation.
And so, I mean, there's different Sony Spider-Man, because there's different Spider-Man games, but specifically Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yeah, like the Shadow
Yuri Lowenthal is
and
fantastic. Fun fact: the first time he voiced Spider-Man was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 mobile game, which is no longer in the App Store. First time he voiced Spider-Man, and I think he kills it in the role. Like I mentioned, this is a good
yep.
way to modernize a character. We've had this conversation, and because I like my Spider-Man old-fashioned, I like the old comic books, I like the old movies. But if we were to modernize the character, Spectacular did a good job. It's in the middle, completely modern with new tech and stuff like that. Insomniac hit it. Hit it perfectly. So it's my 5 video game characters.
This is really funny how our lists are different. It's so
So this
funny.
one's
It's so
this one's
funny because
different.
you're talking about like, oh, dude, like think about the character in the story.
You got like Banjo
Like
Crash Bandicoot, like some silly ass Spyro the
you're
Dragon
you're
looking
you're gonna
motherfucker. Like,
number 5 is Rayman from Ubisoft.
because he's
Dude,
just such a
Rayman
complex and
Origins,
tragic hero. Nah, he looks
dude,
silly.
him
He got
him
no arms.
bro, he out here with the tinsies and Glowbox, like and like
Fire game though.
the
Music goes crazy.
don't call me fat, but the food world had the best songs because you would literally just have you'll literally have like the drink like with the ice like and he's just and they're like, and those were ingredients in like literally ingredients, those were instruments in the song. Absolute peak level design, peak gameplay. Music's crazy. I love that type of cartoon, like that type of illustration where everything is like incredibly exaggerated. That stuck with me, and that probably might be a good inspiration to why I draw things the way they
That
do,
makes a lot of
with
sense.
big mouths and teeth everywhere and like a bunch of bullshit. Rayman Legends, awesome. And they were, dude. You've seen that post where like Rayman, it's like has a hold of Winnie the Pooh because there was like a possibility for there to be another Rayman game.
Yeah.
Man, number 4. Metal
You cut out for a
Sonic.
good percent of that. So.
Okay, well, just in post pro, just Metal Sonic, bro. Metal Sonic cool as
Metal
shit.
Sonic is really
Metal
cool.
Sonic cool in the Archie games and in the Archie comics, he's cool as shit because they didn't flesh him out in the they didn't flesh him out in the
And the
games.
comics they
Unfortunately, they
did
don't flesh
big
him out in the
time,
games.
and I like how they
And
did
the,
that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, because he thinks he's really
He,
Sonic.
but Meto's a robot. He's not really Sonic.
He's not really Sonic. But man, I remember seeing him for the first time in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games in like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah,
And I was like,
and I
whoa,
love
that's a
robots,
robot
especially if they're
Sonic.
blue. So you know
Dude,
that panel of
Walkman,
him
like
like I think there's
with
like that vat of
with the
liquid which
metal.
it like if you're a human or you're an animal like it'll dissolve you and then he's like
If you're an organic life form, you would turn into a robot.
and then it didn't
So
affect
out
him at
of
all.
so he was absolutely like he like realized then that he was not
And the
real.
next
And
panel
that
was him
dude,
like
like,
staring into the mirror like whoa.
you're like,
But Meto's
dude,
a
like
robot.
he's such a cool character, and also he has like really cool design. Because everyone's saying like, man, Sonic doesn't have a new render. Metal Sonic does not need any new things.
Nah, if it ain't
I
broke,
mean,
don't
he
fix
did
it.
look cool as he looked cool as Neo Metal Sonic, but like Metal Sonic, just
We'll see what
I
happens in
love
the
it.
next movie.
Yeah, right. He looks the same.
Yeah.
He looks the
If it ain't broke,
same
don't
from
fix
what I
it.
remember. So number three is Junkrat. This is a very funny reason. Well, because Junkrat was my main in Overwatch, because I am that annoying guy that you died from 25 million times in ranked. That was me. I
Punk,
love
punk,
his gameplay.
punk.
The way you play him, he's great. Funk funk funk. The laughing, those laughs are like ingrained in my head. And I remember seeing him at the same con I saw Kevin Conroy, and when I realized that he's also Whamshell from Skylanders, like, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of like nostalgia, like crazy explosion. And I was like, man, like, I'm like a little kid. I'm like, man, Junkrat, I love you so much. You're so cool. I play you all the time. I don't know, like, what was it? You have to pay him. You have to pay him to like say voice line or something, or make him do the laugh or whatever. And I was like, man, I don't have any, because this was the first con I went to. So, and you only were allowed to. You needed paper bills.
A car,
You
no,
couldn't
no,
use
no.
cards at the time. No card. So he said you had to paper bills, and we didn't have paper bills. I'm like, man, I don't have any extra bills on me, but if you could say something, that would be pretty cool. And he was like, I have a feeling they have a shield generator. And bro, I lost my shit because it sounded just like it. And this is OG Overwatch when Symmetra had a shield generator as your ult. I know a lot of you newbies wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, dude, he whispered that in my ear as a joke, and I lost it. I was like, and yes, I also saw Sombra. She was pretty cool. She booped my nose. Yeah, but
That was
yeah,
number two,
Junkrat.
right?
No,
This is number two.
that was number three. Number two is Bowser Jr.
Whoa, he's not your number one.
It's not my number one. My number one is also obvious for you, but like Bowser Jr. is my favorite
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know your number one.
mainline. Yeah, Bowser Jr. is my favorite mainline Mario character. So like not regarding like the party games, not regarding I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers. He's my favorite character. And the only reason why the Koopalings aren't in here, because the Koopalings would have, if you were to count them as a character, you can't separate them. You would have to
The
put them as a
character
group.
is the
But because
Koopalings.
the character would be a group of them.
Yeah.
But like this is for best character, like in numbers and solo. So I would have put them in there if I would have counted them as a singular character. But since not, it's Bowser Jr. Because Bowser Jr. is it's almost like an asymmetrical
Yeah,
version
he's in
of like
between.
a exactly. So seeing him in Mario Galaxy, that was because I never had Super Mario Sunshine, which is his first appearance.
Mm.
Super Mario Sunshine, I watched YouTube's, like, I know she's not really my mama, all that Bowser talking, and then fighting against him in the Wii, Super Mario Brothers Wii, Mario Galaxy. That's the best Bowser Jr.
Best Mario game.
like in any game, best Mario game, best Bowser Jr. too, best Bowser's, best a lot of
So
shit.
we're gonna go to
And
Japan
I
and we're
was
gonna we're gonna say hi to him and you're gonna tell him how you feel.
do it in the little fucking suit. Oh, dude. Hajime Oshite. I'll do Des, bro. Desu. Anyway, so I was really pissed in Mario Wonder where Bowser Jr. was all the sub bosses because he was really stupid and not memorable for any of them. You should have brought the Koopalings in Mario Wonder. I'm just saying. Number one is Wario. Wario is my G. I literally look like the motherfucker. I'm gonna be him for Halloween. Expect it. Expect like a fucking
We're
like
gonna dress
Instagram
up for
post or
that
something.
episode.
Dude, dude,
We're gonna do
dude.
that. We're
I
gonna
love
record the
Wario.
episode in costume.
Wario is I love Wario so much. I met Charles Martinet. Anthony was there with me when I saw Charles
That
Martinet for the
was
first
at
time, and I was like,
MegaCon.
MegaCon. Same with Giancarlo Esposito and your Sam Raimi.
That's where I met Sam Raimi as well. That pivotal moment
Exactly.
in history,
So
in Double A history.
yeah,
We
that,
met Nolan North
that
there
was a beautiful
too.
moment.
Go.
Yeah, dude, a whole bunch of good shit happened that day, those couple of days. So I saw Charles Martinet. I'm like, Charles, I love you so much, man. Out of all my favorite characters you voice, Wario is my favorite voice that you do, and in Mario in general, Nintendo. Wario is my favorite. So I have a video on my phone. It'll probably end up in Post Pro in the episode. If not, I'll just put them on the Instagram. It's really funny. I'm, he's like, oh, it's me, Super Mario, and the Wario with Aldo, and I just cut his ass off and start laughing like Wario.
Asshole.
Dude, I was so
You're
in the
method
moment
acting.
because I'm hearing Wario. I'm losing my shit. So his 2D platformers are great. Wario needs to be a mainline antagonist again because Mario Land 2, the six golden coins, with the commercials and shit. Mario's your enemy, dude. Like, just bring him back. Make him 10 foot. Don't make him 10 foot. Just make
Shut up,
him
Matt
a
Pat.
mainline enemy again, dude. So yeah, it's the Wario Land. Make him main antagonist. I love his voice. I love everything about him. He's just a great quirky character. WarioWare makes him great too. There's a lot of bonuses about Wario. Wario's my favorite. Piano teeth, looking ass, farting dude. Wah! All right, cool. Now it's your turn, dude. I'm like, my body temp is like high right now talking about Wario. I love Wario, bro.
Orange just
I'm a
high.
waft right now.
We got one more list, don't we?
Um, you're right. I was so in the moment that I completely forgot that I wasn't the one that went first with the list. It was
Yeah.
you.
That
Yeah, I was like,
that's it
dude,
for
it's your
game
turn. Like, nah,
characters.
bro.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Now we got top 5 pet peeves. Am I starting us off?
Yeah, you go.
Mine are kind of funny. I feel like you might know, and we for sure have one that's the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Number 5, people that use the Smith machine for multiple exercises. You're gonna tell me you're gonna do
Oh my
RDLs, then you're gonna move the bench and set
goodness.
everything up, and then you're gonna squat, and then you're gonna move the bench again. First of all, I feel like etiquette is to use it for one exercise, then you give it up once you're
Yep.
go do another thing. Come on, man. People are
Yep.
waiting. You're taking forever. Number 4,
Yeah.
people cutting in
Completely
line,
valid.
or maybe people that skip you in the gym with the machine. People cutting in line is just like, what I was here. What are we doing? It's just rude.
We were spawned next to the machine, and here you show up. How dare you, bucko?
Number 3,
Yeah.
talking during a movie is only fine if it's maybe a movie you've seen before, or like you can do a little comment like
Or if no one's in the auditorium.
no one's in the auditorium. Or maybe if the movie's not good, then like you're making fun of it. I mean, yeah. Talking during a
And
new
everyone's like a part
movie
of
when
it.
the auditorium is full and like, nah, we can't be doing that. Watch the movie. Your questions will most likely be answered, or you could just wait till afterwards. Or there's a time and place. Let's have some
Yeah.
theater etiquette, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, phone during the whole entire movie. You might have to check it. Your wife left. She's taking the kids. You gotta like, and then you could be like, not now, not now. The thing said it's clobbering time. Give me a second. You could take a
Holy
glance. You
crap.
could
You
check the
sound like
time, lower your brightness.
you
But
know you
what happened?
you know what you sound like? You literally sound like the rules before the movie starts, like no talking during the movie.
Please. Oh, that's
Please
what
turn
my
off your
pet peeves
phone.
list is.
Yeah, that's what that's what it sounds like.
That's number 2. Number
Well,
1, it's not that hard to eat with your mouth closed. It really is not hard. I've done it all my life. I think I'm a trained
yeah,
professional. I'm actually a really quiet eater though. I think it's because
yeah,
I've been around people that chew so loudly. I'm like, I do not want to be that person, so I've learned how to chew really quietly. Watch this. Ready? You didn't even hear. Yeah, you didn't even hear. I didn't eat
dude.
anything also, but
Want to see me do it again?
chewing with your mouth open, I don't know, the sound, like sounds don't really get me that badly, but it's the fact that like you got food in there and you're chewing the food, and then now I associate the sound with that. No, thank you, man. Close your mouth when you're chewing.
Yeah,
If you chew
yeah.
with your mouth closed, leave a comment.
So then we could like block you and
No, no, no. If they chew
just
with their
kidding.
mouth
We
closed, it's
we
fine.
invite everybody. Oh, I
Yeah.
heard with if you don't chew with your mouth closed, I would have been
No.
like, yeah,
If you chew with your mouth open, you
get out
probably
of
like Man of
there.
Steel. Like, no, I'm just kidding. Like,
Yeah, you like Man of Steel? Go watch Coco Melon. Like, get out of here.
your turn.
All right, number 5. You're on TikTok, you're scrolling on TikTok, you look at comments, people don't ask what's going on, or people maybe get something wrong, maybe like people are misinformed. Then you got this one person. Hey, blah 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 blah. Hope this helps with the rose
That
emoji.
passive aggression, like
You think you're so cool. You think you're so wah, wah. No, man, the hope this helps, everyone thinks like there's so many people who think they're cool when they do that. Like you're not cool, bro. You're not cool. That the hope this helps is
it
like
ran its course.
it ran its course and it's like it's the same thing like the rose petal, like they won't really have them like in the same post, in the same comment, but it's like intertwined with like a passive aggressive like bro, like pack your shit up, rose emoji. Like goodness gracious. Now we're gonna have a bunch of those in the comments.
SYBAU.
Um
Rose.
yeah. Number 4. People who are aggressively handsy and they mean it platonically. So it's like, yo, what's good, man? Yo, what's good? What's good? How you feeling? How you feeling? Like, dude, like, get your hands off me, bro. What the fuck is that about? You know what I'm talking about. The people are like, yo, bro, what's good? And they like grab you and like hug you and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, bro, how we doing? What's going on? What's going on? Get your ass off me right now. Give me a handshake, go like
I'm
that.
fine with a
You
dab.
know,
That's
what's
cool.
good? A hug, you know, like just say, hey, what's going on, man? Like, what's going on? Hey. Get the fuck off me, bro. My goodness. Because like you think you'll be fine the first time they do it, but then they do it again. Oh, and then they're on a roll and they think you like it. Oh my god, they think you like it's okay. Like oh. Number 3, band kids. Like band kids as a whole. Band kids as a whole, bro. Bruh, bruh.
I
Dude,
seen that TikTok.
my
It was kind of
my
funny.
high
Like,
school, my high school. I love my high school, and they just recently. We did not have to go to the same high school, but his high school had a pretty impressive, super duper impressive
we had a
band.
great band. We had a crazy band.
You guys had a break. You guys had a dude who played the leaf.
Yes. No, we were cracked. Band teacher's
So
coolest dude ever. I see him every now and then. Great dude. Our band, we've won a lot of awards. Now it was actually like some whiplash shit was going on.
exactly, and then we
Not in the
got
fact that the
mine.
professor was bad. In the fact that there was really impressive music being played.
Exactly. And then we have ours just open. We got a brand new. I don't know if they had it closed for a while and then they opened it again, or they just never had a band class. But it opened. I think it was junior year, and everyone you would expect to go into the band class went to the band class. And it was just like not only it's the band
Were you
kids,
in this
you
class?
know. No, I wasn't. But the because I told the teacher because I had a trumpet and I learned it at the time. I stopped because of COVID. I stopped learning because of COVID.
Yeah,
Um,
putting mouse on
at the
things wasn't really
time,
optimal at that time.
or respiratory anything like
Yeah.
I have a mouth trumpet. I'll do that anyway. The teacher, I told him I played trumpet, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could join your in the quarter of next semester, next quarter, whatever however the fuck it was. And he's like, yeah, dude, good, totally join us. And then like I would walk by after class and like maybe they're doing like some like maybe they're like leaving or whatever, and I'll go in and see what's going on, like how was the band class, because I was interested at the time. Dude, it's the most band thing in the most band class, and it's the memes you see on TikTok joking about them.
But it's real. They exist.
It's real. I have some friends in that class, and those are just like the few exceptions from the whole. But it's just like when you're in band class, you are a band kid, no matter who it is you were in that class. Unfortunately, like it's just that's how it is, bro. I don't make the rules, Bucko. So number 2, because I can't even talk about it anymore. Number 2, when plastic, when like plastic cups rub together or cardboard when they rub
Like
together.
styrofoam cups?
Yes, like the ones you would get when you go to work and you're like just putting it into the thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it drives me mad. I remember Austin and Allie. There was an episode where Allie had to like learn how to like put her foot down or something like
Yeah.
that, and she had to like learn how to be like be assertive with her decisions. And the one thing she would do is she would like rub like the styrofoam
Yeah, I
cups
remember that.
together to agitate her so then she could like say what she needs to say. Dude, that got me through the screen. That pissed me off. When you're opening an Amazon cardboard box, and like the lids, like
The
the lips
flaps?
that open, like the flaps, yeah. And then one of them just like, because like they're like right next to each other, they're compact, so like one will rub off the other one. It goes like I want to like bend backwards. Like I want to get out of that situation, but I want to open what's inside the box. So you like open it all the way. You open it faster, but then when it's faster, it's fast. It's louder. What do you do? Like what do you do? I get so upset. Like it's like you won't see me upset, but like I am struggling inside. My goodness. Number one.
It's not that
Get the
hard.
fuck out of
It's really
here.
not
Get
that
the
hard.
fuck out of Get the fuck out of here. Bro. Or like the ones that like are like you're on a PlayStation party. My goodness gracious, bro. And it's even worse in the movies because like let's say the scene is quiet and you have that one person that doesn't really care, so that you can still hear them like crunching up the popcorn in the bucket and they just
There
go.
was one time in class, it was the first day in one of our new classes, and for some reason, it was an older lady sitting behind us with a lunchbox full of snacks. She had an apple, one of the loudest foods you can eat, mind you, in a classroom. We're in class. She had an apple. She had crackers with the white like plastic sleeves. One of the loudest things you can
Yeah.
open, mind you. And crackers aren't that quite either. She had, I think, a bag of carrots too. Uh,
She's over here like.
but also like, she was right behind us. We're sitting. It was like auditorium seating. We're just there. We're like professor speaking. She was chowing down, and besides the fact that she was doing that, she was also actively participating in the classroom, so responding to the professor with food
With
in her
food in her
mouth.
mouth.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, bro?
Is that chips? Where'd you get food from?
What do you mean?
Chewing with your mouth, talking with your mouth open. But like,
See, I'm doing it
that
right
was like
now. I'm
3 or 4
actively doing it right
strikes.
now.
We're in class. Lecture's going on. You're
She's talking with food
talking,
in her mouth.
and an unnamed fourth reason. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Bro, another pet peeve: people who don't like the thing.
not liking the thing is a big pet peeve. Because people think the thing is
People who
like,
people who don't like the thing because he looks like the thing in the comics. Remember that was a whole shenanigan at one point.
I don't get the discourse
He looks
over
too
the thing's new
accurate. What's
design.
wrong? What's
That
going
is the
on?
most Jack Kirby-esque design you could give. It's so true to the thing. You want to know a fun fact?
What?
The actress playing Sue Storm, aside from being beautiful, Vanessa Kirby is Jack Kirby's granddaughter. So I think that's a beautiful full circle moment. I think it's so cool.
It's in her name.
It's in her name. She's got it. Plus, she looks the part. She's fantastic. Uh,
I didn't even think. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Oh, that's
she's gonna
fantastic.
kill it. From what we've seen in the trailer, she looks like she's doing the pose. She looks just like it's so cool.
That's so cool. I had no idea. I'm
So
so Kirby. Like, name another Kirby you know than Tina Kirby.
besides, yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Wow.
Shout out Jack Kirby.
Boy.
Your legacy is still living alive and true.
Way beyond, dude. That is so cool. Well, that wraps up pretty much what we got going on today. It was pretty
Those are
fun. It
our
was pretty fun, and
lists.
like
Yeah, lists are
yeah,
fun. Questions are fun. Those things are fun. 5 times 5 is 25 because it's 2025. Since we're halfway through the year, we still got we still got more things to cover and more things coming up. So it's not the last you'll
yeah.
hear of us. What can they expect?
Leave. Well, I would expect what I would want to expect. It would be fun. More audience and speaker, more audience and host type of conversation and connectivity.
Sure.
Leave in the comments type of like lists that you want us to do.
Or anything you want us
Lists
to
you want us
do.
to
We
do,
won't shave our heads
topics
though.
you want us to do, things. Yeah, no, I'm keeping these locks, bro. You ain't touching that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Make it so then like we want to talk about what it is you want to hear. So that would be pretty cool to, and we'll happily oblige because, we're not just doing this for ourselves. We want to do it for the betterment of the future and the generations that want to be a part of this journey with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very, very, yeah, very like that was really stupid, but like it's like it's true. It's half true. Like I want to grow with a community. That's the magical thing. So
If
yeah,
you made it this far, yeah,
dude.
leave a comment, leave a like, do whatever you want to do. You don't have to. You're not obliged to. But
But like we would like you
we
to.
would
Yeah.
love that. But anyways, July is a big month for movies, and that is very soon. So that's exciting. A lot of things coming. A lot of skits planned. A lot more animations. A lot
Yeah.
of a lot more things to expect at the end of the day. So yeah, we're
At
gonna
the end of
continue
the
having
day.
fun. We hope you guys are having fun, and we will see you at the movies.
Two guys with a crazy dream. Two double A's. Oh my god. Okay.
The triple A.
See you in the movies, bro.